Boom, we're live. This is Tio and Arcane Bear. We are currently and still situated on the nice beaches of Bali. Now what I want to remind everyone right off the bat is be grateful for what you have in life. Your wealth and richness is often right where you are and generally overlooked and undervalued. The beautiful places where you live, the family, the friends, the people that support you, and I guess the people that don't support you too, those are the trials and opportunities and the challenges which you get to overcome. I want to also remind myself to be grateful and thank all of you Bear family for joining us. I don't know, I think it's around 10 in the evening there on the west coast of Canada, and maybe a little earlier in the evening if you happen to be on the Pacific Standard Times. This one's Altcoin rockets. Now, I've been reading a bunch of Cointelegraph articles this morning, and what you see is that there's a bunch of different investors in large-scale companies like Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, mentioning the idea that what we're likely going to see is Bitcoin becoming the money of the future and the internet's money at large. When you take into account what these transactional methods are capable of, it really changes your outlook on the story. And a lot of people don't recognize that yet still. There's a few different correlating factors here that are extremely powerful. One of them, I would say, it directly related is something like hyperinflation, but note that we've already seen deflation. For instance, I'll give you an example. Many great minds such as Mike Maloney, Peter Schiff had said that, and Harry Dent said we would see deflation first, and we are seeing that now. If you bought Ethereum last year at this time, it was approximately $7, and now you can rent an apartment for a month for 2 Ethereum. That is in its essence a large, extremely deflationary event and is very noticeable. Now the inflation comes on the secondary part. The US dollar has been in a bearish downtrend for the last 100 years. It has had lower highs and lower lows the entire way across the board, which means that no matter what you do, your dollar buys less and less and less as you move forward. This is an inflationary event now that prices are going up. It's noticeable in the consumer price point. So as Bitcoin's price had gone up, it rose up to $20,000 extremely quickly. We rose area in December to $20,000 area, $200 to $20,000 in a 365-day period. That is a very short time span for such an explosive event to take place in the monetary world. But as we had mentioned in early August of this year, of last year, that this was likely to be an event where big money was going to try to shake hands out, and they can do that. It's not manipulation, it's just cause and correlation to what you can do with a liquid money supply, something that we haven't seen in a very long time. And that's important to remember, that all they can do is play the game and fear and off your emotions. Now, how low will it go? A lot of people have been saying, there's this article spreading around called The Cartel, a dimension of manipulation, and they're relatively right. You know, the $1,000, $3,000, well, those are areas that hadn't, well, actually $1,000 had been tested before in the previous year, so that's not actually a support that we think will retest. $3,000 potentially, but I think it would happen for less than 24 hours. It would be a very, very quick moment where you felt extremely sick to your stomach. I took profits to Bitcoin quite a while ago. As I said, I was changing most of my portfolio into Bitcoin, but now we see digital assets like Ethereum down at $300. But look at the Ethereum Alliance. Ethereum Alliance has hundreds of companies with names like Santander, Intel, Cisco. There is so many large-scale companies building on the Ethereum blockchain that to see it this low at a global scale is phenomenal. I am extremely excited to see what happens next, and it will take off like wildfire in 70-kilometer-an-hour winds, and you do not want to be on the wrong side of that flame storm when it moves through. I believe Jack Dorsey and the rest of these payment solution CEOs are correct. We're going to see Bitcoin likely become the money of the future. Not just the money of this country or that, but massive countries. So, or all the countries, sorry, excuse me. I just stepped on a rock. It confused my thought pattern for a second. And the reason it's going to be so powerful is because you can already remove borders. You can walk across a border with billions of dollars stored in your brain with nothing but a seed phrase. And that has already put a lot of their laws to shame. So the governments and the banks, they can't keep up. They will inevitably be put where they belong, which is in an obsolete time frame. They will function to some degree for what they're good at, which is becoming less and less products and services. They charge you a massive amount to store your money. They charge you to take money out. They charge you to transfer money. It takes 3 or 4 days. They don't operate on weekends. Who doesn't operate on weekends as a bank anymore? Again, I would compare that to calling up your telephone provider, trying to make a call to someone and then being like, oh, sorry, it's the weekend or a holiday, we can't connect your call. This is 2018, and that is a business model that will die very quickly under these new circumstances and with this new technology. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I know I don't have the computer around today to show you the charts. I'm going to get back to that. We are flying to Tokyo in the next few days to meet with some friends and Bear family supporters. Again, we're building a massive part of this business in the background, so I still have not yet been able to share that with you guys, but we are on the verge of being right there to do that. So again, I just want to remember to thank all of you for your support. Without you guys, this isn't possible. You are the power. You are the energy in the universe, not just the Bear family, but everyone, whether you're a fan or not. I'm grateful that we are the designers and the creators of this story. The veil of the universe is thin right now to create what you would like to see in the world. So be that change. I've been calling some of the orphanages in Bali here. We're going to buy all the kids food and some instruments, and we're going to bring them to them. We just have to hear back. Obviously, it's Easter everywhere. It's kind of out of the loop right now. But those are the things I love to do with my time. So I'm very grateful for all you guys' support. Remember to give us those thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. It helps other people later on down the stream find the information they're looking for. Also, remember, leave your thoughts. What do you think about the altcoin rocket ship that's about to take off? Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but seeing prices this low back where we were in early September, I think is a great line of movement. Now, how low could it go? Let's use Ethereum as example. The $40 to $300 range was a very strong layer of support. If Ethereum goes down to $40, I'm going to be buying an absurd amount of it. But at that same point, remember that I myself have personally been invested in this space. So do your own due diligence and your own research. This is not in any way, shape, or form investment advice, nor should it be misconstrued to be. Remember to give us those thumbs up, likes, comments. Let me know what you guys think down below too. And the strongest part of this group is all of us. So join the Telegram channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can find us on Steemit as well at the Arcane Bear. And we look forward to seeing you guys. I am trying to arrange a Bali meetup while I'm here, but I'm likely flying to Tokyo in the next few days. So we're going to do that when we come back. This is Tio with the Arcane Bear, reminding not only myself, but hopefully you guys as well, that the richness that is life is all around.